Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Now, today we're going to be looking at dreams in terms of television and movies and the relationship between our dreams and what we see on TV and in the movies. But before I begin, I would like to share an interesting fact which you may or may not know. And that is before the advent of color TV in the 1950s, about 15% of people dreamed in color. Now, since the development of color TV, about 83% of people dream in color, and that even includes people who are currently blind but once had sight. So that's just a little bit of trivia for you with regard to dreams being in color or not. And in fact, whether your dreams are in color or black and white determines the tone and the feeling of a dream. But that's another subject for another day. So when it comes to dreams in movies or on television, there really are no limits. And the beauty of it is that filmmakers have the freedom and producers have the freedom to bend reality, bend the laws of physics, create surreal landscapes, so the laws of physics don't apply. The normal rules of engagement with regard to our relationship to things, people, places, and things is suspended. Things that would be impossible in our everyday waking lives become entirely possible in a dream sequence. Now, dream sequences, as they're called in television and in the movies, offer a break from reality, and can present in a visual and emotional experience that not only captivates us in some way, but makes us think. Now, these dream sequences are not just about fantastic images and fantasy. They actually serve a purpose in the narrative. They can serve to advance a plot, to give insight into what a character is thinking or feeling. It can foreshadow events, reveal some hidden information and truths, and provide a deeper understanding of a character's motivations and fears. So it adds, these dream sequences can add layers of complexity to the storytelling and blur the lines between fantasy and reality. And this has been a technique that's been used since ancient times. I mean, from Greek tragedies and film stories in ancient Greece to use of CGI, computer-generated images, filmmakers have been using dreams as a technique to be able to tell a story. And it showcases how versatile it is to use dreams as a narrative tool. Audio and visual techniques may also be brought to bear. Perhaps a particular piece of music or color. Again, and I refer back to whether dreams are in color or black and white, sets an emotional tone as well. But these kinds of additional techniques can help to highlight or frame a dream sequence, either by doing something like showing a person in bed or going to bed, or about to go to sleep, or something similar. I mean, and as I said, this has been used since ancient times, from the ancient Greeks up until modern day filmmakers and TV producers. Now, just as a thought, here are a couple of more notable films, and there are many that have used dream sequences as the central element of the story. The first is Alice in Wonderland. You go down the rabbit hole in this fantastical thing where cards can cut off people's heads and all kinds of crazy stuff goes on. The Wizard of Oz. I mean, the whole premise of the story is based around a dream. I mean, Dorothy gets hit on the head and she's delirious and she has this fantastical experience in the land of Oz. And finally, a more scary version is Nightmare on Elm Street, where apparently, I've never watched it, but apparently this Freddy, I guess it was entering into people's dreams and scaring the life out of them. So, but you have to stop here for a moment and remember that dreams come from us, from the deepest part of ourselves, and are about us. So whatever we experience during the day is actually going to have an impact on what we dream at night. So, watching TV, going to the movies, video games can all have an impact and a strong influence on what we actually dream about. And any kind of content can enter into our dreams. What's important to remember here is that it's the level of emotion and emotional intensity that makes things appear in our dreams. And dreams are all about emotions, either emotions that are hidden from us or unacknowledged by us. And therefore, the unconscious mind floats that information up and says, you need to look at it. So that's what the dreams in terms of our relationship with movies and television have. I think whatever it brings up intense emotions in that movie, on that television show, will have more of an impact on your dreams than something that's, kind of middle of the road or doesn't interest you at all. So, and there's also the factor of repetition. The more that you watch something, the more it wears grooves in our neural pathways and therefore becomes more of a part of us. And I think about years ago when the first Star Wars movie came out, and I think I was the last person on the planet to see it, but my friends had seen it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times even, and people were constantly talking about it, and as a result they were having all kinds of dreams and even waking fantasies about the life of Luke Skywalker and what Jedi Knights are about. This frequency factor is a common phenomenon among people who go to the movies frequently, especially if they're watching the same thing over and over again, hardcore gamers, and TV binge watchers. So all of those people who do binge watching will certainly have that energy of that show that they're binge watching in their energy, and therefore will be more likely to appear in their dreams. So if you think about dreams as being movies or TV that you see in your sleep, there really is something to that. I mean, even the expression seeing a movie in your dreams refers to the experience of having a dream that closely resembles a film production. These dreams will often feature elaborate storylines, stunning visual scenes, and a range of characters, and they can be filled with action, suspense, romance, terror, whatever, creating a captivating experience during your sleep. I remember that somebody during my psychotherapy training, she would have these wild Technicolor dreams with thousands of characters and all kinds of things going on. And that was a reflection of her life. She was the kind of person that needed to be active and involved with all kinds of things simultaneously, and that appeared in her dreams. But this phenomenon of seeing a movie in your dreams raises some questions about the nature of dreaming and its connection to the cinema. Why do dreams resemble movies in the first place? And what role does the subconscious mind play in creating all of these dream narratives? And what does visual imagery have to do with our dreams and how we dream and what we dream about? Now, you have to remember here that we are the executive producers and directors of the movie of our lives. And if we take a closer look at movies, we realize that most dreams with references to movies or TV shows actually are conveying some very important psychological insights if you actually look for them and you know what you're looking for. But media-related dreams are not just unconscious mirrors that are passively reflecting our waking experiences. These experiences, these dreams, are both selective and integrative, which means that, there's characters and themes and settings that are included in the dreams, and or what is left out is an ongoing reference to what's going on in the dreamer's actual waking life. Remember that these images and things don't come up from the unconscious mind and subconscious mind out of nowhere. The brain actually processing information during the night, which is one of its functions, is sifting through information and putting it together in a way that hopefully will make sense to us. And dreams don't seem to make sense, but they have their own logic if you know how to crack that dream code. So the brain is combining all of these experiences and references of things going on during the day and combining them to create new meanings that get floated up at night for us to look at. But the real reason why dreams and movies are quite similar, and that there's a comparison made between the two, are interesting. And here are a few reasons why dreams are often likened to movies. And the first being visual imagery. Both dreams, movies, and TV rely heavily on visual imagery to convey messages and tell stories. There's a narrative structure. Dreams often follow a logical narrative structure, which, though, to the waking mind seems incoherent, but they do follow a structure much like movies. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end with a plot that unfolds and develops as the dream progresses, just like in a movie. And this narrative structure in our dreams is what allows us to feel like it's a story that's being played out on the movie screen of our minds. Now, there's also emotional engagement. Movies can make us laugh, make us cry, evoke strong feelings. We can absolutely detest certain characters, especially in soap operas. Again, that repetition going on. But they evoke strong emotions, and the things that we remember the most easily are the things that evoke about our emotions. So this emotional engagement is another aspect that connects dreams and movies, as both have the potential to have a lasting impact on what we feel when we're awake. And finally, there's both dreams and movie sequences, and television shows as well, allow us to escape from reality, quite frankly, to expand the way we look at ourselves and look at the world around us. Now, having said all of this, it's important to remember that the unconscious mind has a huge role to play in this movie that we see in our dreams. And it's the unconscious mind, which knows all about us, our hopes, our fears, our dreams, etc., as well as what is best for us, that gathers all this information that has been bombarding us during the day and allows us to takes that information and consolidates it. One of the functions of the brain during sleep is to consolidate memory. So it sifts through all of the stuff that's come at us during the day, consciously and unconsciously, and sifts through it, gets rid of what's not necessary, and what is pertinent to us in our lives will be floated up, usually in the form of a dream. Not always. There can be things that can happen during our waking lives that will indicate that something is going on. But generally, that information that the unconscious is saying, hey, have a look at this, it's important, usually come up in the form of a dream. And it is those experiences, those thoughts, those feelings, especially as unacknowledged feelings, that get put into these narratives of our and manifest in our dreams. Which is why our dreams can contain not only our hopes and wishes and dreams and fears, but our everyday lives as well. What's going on currently in our lives. If we've had a fight with our partner, if our teenagers are driving us crazy, if our boss is getting on our nerves, whatever the case may be, that will also come up as part of the movie of your life. So if you look at it, dreaming treats movies, television shows, and video games like toys that it can play with and explored and combined in various ways. And so as a form of play, dreaming expresses itself in a variety of spontaneous and even exaggerated forms. And just like children playing make-believe, dreaming tends to revolve around our basic life concerns, our deepest hopes, fears, and desires, even the ones that we may feel ashamed of mentioning when we're awake to other people. So, the appearance of cultural references in dreaming also broadens the scope and significance from not only our individual concerns, but to more global concerns and concerns about the wider community, and perhaps even the concerns of people everywhere. This is what I call communal dreaming, where we don't just dream for ourselves, but we dream for others as well. So there you have it. The dreams are the movies of our lives, the television shows of our lives, and it's up to us to determine whether that's going to be a love story, a comedy, a horror story, or a drama. And that all depends on what's happening not only within us, but what's happening around us. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I hope you found that of use. And if you'd like to know more about the drama that is going on nightly in your mind, and would like some assistance with that, or need some advice with how to sleep better, get in contact with me. My details are available there in the description, and I'd be happy to share some of my insights with you, so that you have greater insight into the movie of your life. Thanks again. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.